Hello, good evening all. Is my voice is clear? Hello, kindly reply. Is my voice is clear? Today we are going to start the new concept like basics of SQL. We have came across the basics of PHP to make interact with the database in PHP. We need to learn some basic SQL commands. Then only you can able to connect the MySQL server with PHP to get the data, to fetch, to save data and other things. So first of all you have to learn some of the basic SQL queries. So I will teach some of the basic SQL commands. Then you can able to easily understand how to connect the MySQL with PHP easily. So first of all you have to learn some of the basic concepts in SQL. Does anybody have gone through SQL concepts? Hello. Does anybody have any idea regarding SQL? Okay. Some have idea, some have no. Now let us have a basic idea what is SQL. Then we will go into the concept. First of all, you have to learn what is SQL. SQL, what is the abbreviation of SQL? The abbreviation of SQL is nothing but Structured Query Language. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. The main purpose of SQL is to manage the database. Is to manage the database. The main purpose of SQL is nothing but to manage the database, like by the SQL will insert the data into the database, into the tables. It can fetch the data from the tables, and then it can perform some of the edit and then delete operations by using SQL. You have to learn some of the basic concept like what is a database, and then what is a table, what is a query, what are all keys. First of all, let us have a discussion like what is a database. A database is nothing like it is a collection of tables. The database stands for collection of tables is known as database. Let me show you example. Let us run my SAM server so I can show you the database, what is database, and then all. To show database, you have to run your MySQL server. Then only you can able to access your PHP MyAdmin. Wait for a minute, it is loading. This is the interface which you will see. Here you can able to see databases. When you click on this particular, here you can able to see these are all the database which are present in my particular php in my server. I have two databases, got it v2 and then infosys db. These are all the two databases which I have. Inside this particular database I have n number of tables. This bunch of tables, these are all tables, this bunch of tables is known as a database. This bunch of tables are known as a particular database. Is this clear about what is a database? Hello, be interactive. If I ask any question, kindly reply. You can able to see the collection of tables is known as database. In a professional way, what is a database in the sense? A collection of data organized in tables. The data inside these tables, the collection of data inside all the tables is combinedly known as a particular database. Here I have a Infosys DB as a database. Inside this I have branches, comments, companies, company documents, customized departments. These are all the tables which I have inside my particular Infosys DB. So Infosys DB is known as the database. Inside we have tables. A table is nothing but a table will have rows and columns. Table is nothing but a grid-like structure which has rows and columns, which contains data. Here you can able to see these are all rows and then these are all columns which have data. These are all the data which have particular. You can able to see these are all the columns: ID, serial number, company ID, branch ID, name, legal name, logo, founder date, phone, email. These are all the columns. And then inside these columns I have data. The table will contain rows and columns, a grid-like structure. The definition like what is a table in the sense? A grid-like structure with rows and columns. This is clear. Rows in the sense records. Rows in the sense records. Columns in the sense fields. Serial number is a field, company ID is a field, branch ID is a field. The rows are known as records. The rows are known as records. Then fields are known as columns. The columns are known as fields. Is this clear? Rows are known as rows are known as records. Yeah. Then columns are known as known as fields. Columns are known as fields. Is this clear? What is a database? And then what is a table? And then what is record? What is field? Is this clear? Now, what is a query? In SQL, we have structured query language. What the term query refers to? Does anybody have any idea what the term query refers to? Easily you can say like query is nothing but a command. Query is nothing but a command which is used to interact with the database. Query is nothing but a command which is used to interact with the database. Let me show you a simple example. Here you can able to see this is a particular table. Inside I have some records. Inside this table I have 5 records of data. You can able to see. Now I will run a query. Here you can able to see in SQL I will run query. This is a query. You can able to see. I will select all the content from branches where I will write logic like id greater than 4. I will make it like id greater than 4. If I run the command, if I run the query, you can able to see it will fetch the records only which is greater than 4. Greater than 4 is nothing but 5. I have only 5 records. Inside these 5 records, I have written the query like fetch all the records from the branches table where id is greater than 4. So it has fetched the only fifth row record. Query, you can able to see this is the query. These are all queries. We have so many queries you can write. Based on the query, it will interact with the database and fetch the data. You have to understand like query is nothing but a command used to interact with the database. It will perform operations like it can fetch, it can update, it can append, it can delete, it can drop. These are the operations which can be performed with the help of query. Is this clear? Is this clear? What query stands for? Then yeah, a set of commands is known as queries. Now SQL can perform some of the operations. Can anybody guess what are all the operations can be performed by the SQL? What are all the operations that can be performed by SQL? Kindly reply in the chat box. Update, delete, and then insert. Okay, let me say like it can perform up to 7 operations. It can perform up to 7 operations. I will type in the chat box. Let me show you what are all the commands in the sense. First of all, it will select the data. Then it can insert the data. Then it can update the data. Then it can delete the data. It can create data. It can alter the data. It can drop the data. These operations can be performed with the SQL. Let me tell what are all the particular commands will perform. Select command is nothing but it can retrieve the data from the database. It can retrieve the data from the database as well as tables. It can retrieve the data from the tables. You can say like select is nothing but it can retrieve the data from the tables. insert can add new records to the table. Insert commands will perform operation like it can insert new records to the table. Then update. Update will perform the operation like it can modify the existing data. Modify is nothing but update is nothing but it can modify the existing data in the table. Update will perform, it will update, modify the existing data in the table. Then delete. Delete is nothing but remove the data from the table. It can remove data from the table by performing delete operation. Then create. Create is nothing but by using create command we can create tables and databases. With the help of insert we can insert data, but with the help of create we can create new table or database. With the help of create we can create a new table or database. Is this clear, the difference between insert and create? Then we have alter. Alter is nothing but with the help of alter we can modify a existing table structure. We can modify table structure. There is a difference, lot of difference between update and alter. Update will perform operation like it can modify data inside the table. It can modify the data inside the table. I will show you. With the help of, I have 5 records. You can see I have 5 records in the table. Now I will update the second record. Here I have second record 2. I will make this 2 as 6. Let me show you the command. Update set id as 6. I'll make the id as 6, where initially this id has value as 2. Now I will make the id to 6. If I perform, you can able to see the data has been altered. The second record has been disappeared. You can able to see the second record has been disappeared. Now second record, the value has been changed to 6. This is update. Is this clear about what update will perform? It will modify the existing data in the table. Now alter. Alter is nothing but it will modify the table structure. Table structure in the sense the columns. Table structure in the sense the columns. With the help of alter, you can change the column name. You can change the column name. You can change the data type of the particular column. With the help of alter, you can modify the table structure. Is this clear? The difference between alter and update? Now, finally, we have drop. Drop. Drop is nothing but it will delete a table. It can delete table or database. It can delete table or database. With the help of delete, we can delete the data inside the table. With the help of delete, we can delete the data inside the table. With the help of delete command, we can delete the data inside the table. With the help of drop, we can drop the table. Is this clear? Is this clear? Have everyone got a overview how SQL works? Now let us perform commands to learn basic about this particular SQL. We will perform all these commands to know better about the particular SQL. Now let us start with create. First of all, we'll start with create command. We will start with create command. Now you can see I have these databases. Now I will create a new database with name as it has web development. You can see there is no database like web development. Now I will create with the help of create command. Let me show you. Here I will create. There is nothing web development. Now I will create database and then database name. Web development. You can able to see a database has been created with the name web development. You can see web development. I have created a simple command which is used to create database. I have created a simple command. You can see the query is nothing but create database. I have created database, so I have mentioned database, then database name. I have made mistake like web development spelling. Web development. When I run again, it can create the database again. You can able to see it has created another database with correct name. Now I no need of this particular database. I have said like with the help of drop we can delete the table as well as database. So let us perform drop command. Now it's time to drop the wrong spelled particular database. This is the wrongly spelled database. Now drop database, then database name. The database name is web lopemd, which I have provided like this. When I run this particular command, you can able to see the database has been disappeared. I have performed drop database, then database name. If you place create, it will create the database. If you place drop, it will drop the database. Is this clear? You have learned two queries, which is used to create a database and then used to drop the database. Now we will create a table. Now it's time to create a table into the particular database. Okay. Now I will select the particular database. You can able to see inside my server I have selected my particular database as web development. Here you can able to see I have selected the in my server I have selected my database as web development. Inside I will perform some operations. Now I will select the SQL query again. You can able to see there are no tables inside my web development database. Now I will create table inside my web development database. So for creating a table, we have to know about some data types. We have some of the data types like int, varchar, text, JSON, timestamps, date, time. These are all the some of the data types in SQL. With the help of these data types, we will mention this column is particular this data type. This column is related to this data type. Like that, we have to understand. Let me create a simple table. Then you will easily understand. For creating a table, you have to the command will be like create. We have to create the table. So create. Then we are creating table. So create table. Then space. Then we have to provide table name. I will make it as table name as students. My table name is students. Create table students. It will create the table students. Now inside this we have to provide the columns. Like inside the students table, what are all the columns should be there. We have to mention what are all the columns should be included in the particular students table. So let me make the column should include in the students table should be like ID. The ID should be there. The ID will be default integer values. ID in the sense 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will mention the data type as int. Then the ID should be unique. Like if I provided a ID for Sai Kiran, the same ID should not be given to other person. Like Yash is there. If I provided 3 to Sai Kiran, I should not provide 3 again to Yash, because two persons should not have the same ID. Even though you have roll numbers in your schools or colleges, no particular roll number will be provided to same persons. In the same way, for maintaining the uniqueness, we will use primary key. We can use unique key. We have some of the keys like unique key, primary key, foreign key. These are all the constraints. With the help of this, we can restrict the data. Like here I will use primary key. So it will not repeat the same ID again and again. So I will mention primary key for the ID column. And then I have created ID column. Now for the student, there will be name. So I will name, the second column will be name. In the name, we have uh, text. The name will have some text. So I will place varchar. Varchar is nothing but it will allow both. It can allow numbers, it can allow text. So I have used varchar. It can allow it can allow numbers, it can allow symbols, it can allow text, it can allow all things. So I have utilized varchar. Here space complexity is also matters in creating a particular table. Space complexity in the sense int will occupy 11 characters of space, while varchar will occupy 255, while text will occupy more space. So I doesn't make it as text, but I will make it as varchar, so it will occupy some less space. Instead I will assign some value also. The name field should contain only 50 characters. It should not exceed 50. If you not provided any length, by default it will consider. If you want, you can provide. Then I have created name, then age. age will be numbers, so I will make it as int. Then I will mention group. I will mention blood group. Blood group as varchar. Now this is my table. My table will consist of these 4 columns: ID, name, age, then blood group. This is my table. When I run this particular command, when I run this particular command, here I have been using MariaDB server. So there will be some wait a minute. This is how we create table with the help of create command. Because it is a MariaDB server, we have to provide some more stuff to create table. But in some SQL, we can directly create the directly by providing this much of query. I have been using server. I have MariaDB server, so I have to provide some other stuff too. This no need of this stuff in other servers. InnoDB. Now the table has been created. You can able to see in the web development. I have provided some values. It is using strictly. Without this also you can provide varchar. I have provided 50. Without this also you can create the table. you can able to see without this also you can create table, but some servers will provide without providing the length of the particular data type, it will create the by default data type length, but some servers will have to provide the varchar length. In MySQL we have to in MariaDB we have to provide length, but in some servers no need of providing any varchar size. It can by default it will provide the default length by like int has 11 characters in the same format. Now you can able to see I have two tables with persons and students. Without this query also you can create tables in MySQL. You can able to see there is a on clicking on the particular database you can able to see new option. Here you can able to see a new option. Click on the particular new, then it will take you to the particular interface. You can able to see this is the interface where you can create the table. Here you have to provide the table name. I'll provide policies as the table name. You can make how many columns you need. Here I have default 4 columns. By default you can add columns if you need. Here the column name I will provide ID, then heading, then title, then description. I have provided this much. Here you can select the data type for the particular column. Which data type should I provide? Like for ID I will provide int, for the heading I will provide varchar, then for the title I will provide varchar, for the description the description will be more, so I will make it as text, then I will provide length, by default it will be 20 enough, then varchar 20, heading for title I'll provide 40, then for text I will not provide anything. Here you can able to see by default column. Default is nothing but if I doesn't provide any value to the particular title, it should be default, it should be null, or you can define it as defined, in the sense you can define by default what value should be inserted without providing value to the particular title. If you provide, it will override. If you not provide any value to the particular title, it will occupy what you have decided. If you decide as current timestamp, it will place the particular current time into the particular column. I will make it as default null. If not provided any value, by default it can be null, then default null. For ID, the value should be automatically increment. The ID column should automatically increment, in the sense without providing value to the ID, and if a new record insert into the particular table, the ID will automatically increment by itself if you on the particular AI, in the sense auto increment. By default it will add a primary key to it, and then save. When I save, you can able to see a table has been created, policies. You can able to see in the policies table ID with length 20, then heading varchar of 20, title varchar of 40, description as text. Here you can able to see default it should be null, this heading, this title, this description should be null. Then in the extras you can able to see for the ID I have provided primary key, and then auto increment. The value should automatically increment. Is this clear how to create a table? Now we have created table. By in the creation of table, let us assume I have made a mistake in creating table. In the creation of table, I have make table name as wrong. Now I have to change the particular table name. Now I have to change the particular table name. Now I have to will change the particular table name policies to any other comments. I will make it as comments. For this we use alter command. With the help of alter command we can rename the database. We can modify the database and table. We cannot modify data inside the table, but we can modify the table. Let us show you how to modify the table name. Just alter, then table. We have to alter the table, so I will provide that as table, then table name, policies as my table name, then action. Action in the sense, wait for a minute. Okay, sorry for the disturbance. Like alter, we have to alter the particular table name. So we have to alter the particular table name. Then what is the new table name? We have to make change. So alter table name. This is the old table name. Policies is the old table name. Now we have to rename it to new table name. So rename. We are renaming. So rename. We are renaming to. We have to mention to. Rename to. Rename to. Then new table name. New table name in the sense I will make it in, making as comments. This is my command like alter table policies. This is old table name. Then rename to comments. If I run this, you will get the particular table name has been changed. You can able to see the table has been changed. See the query once again. Alter table policies rename to comments. With this particular command, the table name has been changed. Is this clear? Does anybody have any doubt about how to alter table name? Is this clear with the command? Hello. So kindly reply. Is this clear? Now we have learned how to modify the table name. Now inside this particular comments table, now I have got a thought like I have to add a new column. Now I have thought like I have to add a new column into the particular table. How can I insert a new column? In the same way, alter, by using alter, we can add a new column. Let me show you. Now we have to provide alter. We are altering the table structure like alter, then we are altering the table. table. We are altering particular table like comments. Comments is my table name. Now I have to add a new column. Now I have to mention add. I have been adding a new column. So I have to make add the column name. I will make the column name as likes for the particular comment. Likes as my table name, column name. Then I have to provide the length varchar of length 50. I will make it like this is my column name. I have been altering the particular comments table, adding column likes to the particular comments table. If I run this, particular command, you can able to see, if I open comments table, a new column has been added like likes. The structure you can easily see ID, heading, title, description, likes. Is this clear how to add a particular column into the particular table? Now we have learned how to add a call into particular table with the help of alter command. Now we will make my table. Here you can able to see by default it has been mentioned like null. By the default the column likes has been taken null. Now I have a thought like the column should not be not null, like the likes field should have a data compulsorily. So we have to make the particular null into not null. Not null in the sense the column should have compulsory value, then only it will accept. Now let us make a command to alter the particular default value to not null. Now let us make SQL command alter table my table name is comments. Now I will alter the table name comments. Now I am modifying in the comments table. I am modifying the particular column. So modifying. So modify my column name is likes. Likes is my column name. Likes. Then I have provided some length for the particular varchar. I will change the varchar length to 100, and then I will provide not null. It should be not null. If I run this particular command, you can able to see the structure like this is my table. Likes, the varchar has been changed. Then in the default column you can see none. None in the sense it should require a value. Without value it cannot insert anything into the particular table. If you send empty value to the likes column, the whole table will not insert the value. Is this clear? Does anybody have any doubt? Okay, have a 5 minutes of break and join the session again. We will discuss some more concepts in SQL. Okay, now let us continue our session. Now we have came across delete, and how we have came across create and then alter. Now we'll go with some insert command. Now we have created a database. Inside the particular database, we have created a table. Now inside the particular table, we will insert some values into the particular table. Now we have to insert command. Okay, let us go into the particular. Now let us take students table. Inside the particular students table, now we'll create some values. Here you can able to see ID has a primary key. Now I'll go into SQL. Here we have to insert the values. So insert command will be like this. Here you can able to see insert. Now we are inserting the value. So we have to mention insert into in the sense into particular, in which table we have to insert the values. Into students is my table. Inside students we have to insert values. Insert which, where we have to insert, in the ID, in the name, in the age, in the blood group. Now we have to provide values. Here no need of ID, because for the ID we have provided auto increment. No need of providing values to the ID. Then we have to provide values. We have to provide values. You can able to see insert into students. Then we have to provide the columns, then the values. Inside the name, I will provide the name as Govind, then comma space. I will provide age as 22, then comma space blood group. You have to provide blood group. I will provide as O positive. O positive. O positive. If I run, you can able to see one row inserted. If I open students table, you can able to see 0 Govind 22 positive. I have not provided auto increment. Let us make it as auto increment. So by default it will automatically add its values. Here now it is auto increment. If I insert same value in the SQL, with the help of SQL we will insert. Now insert another value into the particular table. I will not provide any ID. Now then I will insert some another name. If you have, is my screen still, is my screen not visible? Is my screen is visible now? Here I have been inserting another value into the particular user table. Insert into students table, then columns. In particular name column, which value, in particular age column, which value, then into particular blood group, which value. Inside name, I'll mention Sai, then inside age 20, then blood group as O negative. If I run this, if I run, you can able to see one row inserted. If I open students table, you can able to see 1, 2. I have not provided any ID value. It will automatically increment. Then the values has been inserted into the particular table. Is this clear how to insert a value? Let me show you. This is the form. In this format, you have to provide the insert command. Insert into table name, then column names, and then values into the particular columns. Is this clear? I have completed. Insert, then drop, alter, create. Now it's time for select. Now let us write select command to select the data. Select, select ID, name, age, blood group from students. This is my command. If I run this, you can able to see ID, name, age, blood group will be visible. You can, if you reduce the column names, you will get that much columns alone by running the particular command. Just I have mentioned ID and blood group. Inside this particular students table, I have 4 columns like ID, name, age, then blood group. At a time, if I need all the columns, just we have to provide select star from students. If I provide this much, you will get entire records. This is clear. Select. Are you clear with select command? You can also make conditions also in the select command. Let me show you. If you need all, but you can write condition also. Where you can write conditions also. Where ID, where I will mention age greater than 20. I need students whose age is greater than 20. If I run, you can get only one record because we have only one person whose age is greater than 20. This is clear. It is a simple language. You can easily understand. You have to follow some syntax. Then you can easily write your queries how you want. Now we have completed with select command. Now delete. Let us complete update before deleting. Now I have a requirement like I have to update particular person age into 23. I have mistaken like if I need to change the particular age of the particular Sai to 23, how can I change? With the help of update command we can change. Let me show you command. SQL update, then table name set. We use set keyword to modify the data. I'll provide what I have to modify, age only. So age, then no need of this. Set age. What age I have to modify? Like I have to make it as 23. Update students table, set age equals to 23. Then for which person should I make the age as 23? I have maken like update students level set age as 23. But for which person should I make it as 23? I have to provide for which person should I make it as 23. So I have to mention where ID, with the help of ID also you can make, with the help of name also you can make, where ID equals to 2. You can see for the second ID person only we have to make the age change. You can able to see for the psi I have ID like 2, then the age is 20. So I have made update students set age equals to 23 where ID equals to 2. If I run, the query has been affected. You can able to see one row affected. If I open students table, you will get psi age as 23. You can see psi age as 23. This is clear update command. Now at finally we'll discuss delete command. Now I have to delete psi from the students table. Now I have a requirement like I have to delete the psi from the students table because he left the college. So let us write query delete from, then the table name where we have to provide the logic. From which record should I delete? If you provide delete, you can delete all the records. Now I have a requirement like I have to delete only particular psi. At initially I have known his ID. His ID is 2. So I will mention this ID is ID equals to 2. Delete from students table where ID equals to 2. If I run, here it is deleting the record, so it will showcase a alert message like do you really want to execute delete from students, because it is a delete command. After delete you cannot able to get back the data, so it will ask another time. If you provide OK, it will delete the record. One row deleted. If you open the students table, you can able to see psi has been deleted. Is this clear? Till now anybody have any doubt? We have came across create, insert, delete, update, alter, drop. These topics are enough to manage with SQL. If you have any doubt, you can raise now. I will clarify. Okay then, if you have no queries, let us wind up the session. By tomorrow, we will map MySQL with PHP. Okay, now we'll wind up the session. Thank you.